Hi, I'm Markus Beam, Merola class of 2002, and currently the general manager of the San Francisco Opera Center. So I first got interested in opera actually at a beauty pageant of all places. My sister was in a pageant this is in North Carolina in, I guess, the late 80s, early 90s. And I had been aware of opera, I'm sure, from TV commercials, but it's not something I'd heard at home or, with the family or in school, really. And so I have a very vivid memory of someone coming out on stage and for the talent competition, singing an aria, and they had no microphone. It was just a piano accompaniment, and I was mesmerized. I was a singer myself at the time, and I, had been singing around the community, but it's the first time I had ever experienced classical voice without amplification, and I knew I needed to know how to do that. And so that's actually that beauty pageant started my exploration of finding out who in the area taught voice and how I could get to them, and ultimately led me down the path that's lasted my whole life since then. Wow, the highlight of my summer at Merola, I can think of a few, if I may. The overarching thing that I remember is just how intense and dedicated the training was. I remember calling a friend in my first summer and saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm having a coaching every day. I can't believe that they spend this much time with individual attention." And it really was a summer that marked a lot of growth for me artistically and vocally because of that attention. Another thing that comes up is it's the first time I sang the role of Chenard in La Boheme. And that was a role that I went on to do in Leipzig, Germany, and in Santa Fe at Santa Fe Opera and around the world. But it was the first time I was involved in La Boheme was at Merola my summer. Outside of opera, I am an avid reader. So I read lots of nonfiction, I'm on a big fiction kick lately. So I would say you can usually find me in the morning and in the evenings reading a book. Right now, I'm very into exploring San Francisco and the surrounding area. My partner and I just moved here 2 months ago. So we're going on lots of hikes on the weekends and really getting to know the beautiful geography of Northern California. The biggest thing I would want to pass on to the next generation is the importance of your own inner wisdom. My partner at the Opera Center, the artistic director, Carrie Ann Matheson, and I are very aligned and in agreement on the need for young artists checking in with themselves. What I see happen sometimes, and understandably, in the training mode, as you're getting so much information coming at you from different people and different opinions, is that sometimes it's easy to forget to weigh those opinions against what you know to be true, to find your own authentic voice for your artistry and your performance. And so the thing that I think is most important and that I would most like to pass on to people is the need to get still and really weigh the information you're receiving against what you know to be true for yourself. That we don't have to accept every opinion at face value, well-intentioned though it may be. And it's a very interesting point in training, being a young artist right before you go out into a career, embark in a professional career, taking the information, taking what applies to you and what feels right, but also empowering yourself to discard what doesn't work for you, or to realize that it's well-intentioned but isn't exactly right for you. So I think really helping people, and young artists particularly, start to trust that intuition and that voice is a real passion of mine. So members and followers of Merola can expect to see a lot this summer, I'm happy to say, in terms of what we'll be doing and what they'll be able to tune into online. Carrie Ann Matheson and I have been hard at work figuring out what will be possible in this moment with the protocol and mandates that are in place for health and safety reasons. And we have a number of things. So one is a big, exciting digital project that is being conceived for film by a wonderful director, David Paul, and that will feature all of our participants and will be released to the public. We also will have our first in-person performance since the summer of 2019, which will be a wonderful recital called What the Heart Desires. That is being co-curated by Nicholas Pond tenor and Ronita Miller mezzo. And Ronita is a graduate of Merola as well, a Merola alum. So we're very excited about that. And then we will also have a big Merola grand finale. And that will be the opportunity to see all of our Merola pianists, all of our singers, and it will be directed by our Merola stage director. So we have opportunities to see people. There will also be some virtual chats, as well as a series of master classes that some of our supporters will have access to. So we're very excited to have a adapted but extremely robust program for these wonderful artists who many of them have gone over a year now without performing. So we're so honored and grateful that we can provide the opportunity and the platform to get back to what we all love doing and love seeing and hearing.